the Within Orb podcast. Come get Within Orb. Welcome to another episode of Within Orb, and today we're flying down to Chile, to Santiago, to speak with Asdrúbal Moreno, one of my fellow board members of CAELi and the director of the affiliated school program. Asdrúbal, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi, Jen. Hi, everybody. Thanks you for having me here. I'm so glad to be here today.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you. So we're going to have to set aside our president of CAELi and vice president of CAELi hats and meet on common ground for the love of astrology books. So
yeah, awesome.
I'm so excited to learn from all of the ways in which, that you do astrology in Chile. If there's any differences in books that we need to know about in the English-speaking world that haven't been translated yet, that's a huge question on my mind. So what was your first astrology book?
Well, actually, it was not a book. It wasn't a book at all because it was a board game.
Oh, wow.
Or at least that's what I remember.
Yeah.
Because it had a zodiac, circle, and signs and rising houses, and you could put together a chart using tokens or spinning wheels. And it was a black box that was at my house. But I must been like 7, 8 years old, maybe. And I was obsessed with that. And I didn't really get it because my family they don't remember that board game when I talk about this. You know, it's like nobody of my family remembers this game. So we moved houses and it just vanished. And they even told me that it never existed. So
I was going to say, did it ever actually exist?
So I honestly don't know if it was real or if I dream it.
Wow.
You know, because when I said this to you right now, Sun, Mars, and Mercury in the 12th in Aquarius. So maybe I just dreamed it or... But I remember that with these little circles, the planets and these papers, and it was a game to just cast a natal chart. But I kind of love that kind of uncertainty because maybe my connection with astrology didn't start with something physical, you know, maybe started with a trace, a symbol, an echo from, I don't know, before, maybe.
Yeah, another dimension. I love that.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, but do you have a book though? Like after the game,
planted
astrology in your consciousness?
Yeah. Well, there's one, which is the Modern Manual by Eloy Dumon, who is an Argentinian astrologer. He's really, really famous. I don't know if we have that book translated into English. I'm not sure. And it was my first book because it's the Modern Manual of Astrology. And it's really complete. Table of houses, how to cast a natal chart, signs, planets. It's really, really full. It's really like it has everything, and it's really like tough at the first. But it was my first contact with like, oh my god, this is serious.
Yeah. Was there math in it?
Yeah.
I know, right? Like, you're like, how to cast a chart? I'm going, oh no, there's math.
Yeah, and coordinates and all the astronomy, and it was like, whoa.
So here's a question for you, because our friend Alejandra was just at Norwalk with me and told me about something that had never really congealed about ascensional transits. Does this manual have ascensional transits in it?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's too advanced.
No. Yeah.
Okay. So for everyone listening who doesn't know what ascensional transits are, I'm going to leave it a mystery because they're phenomenal, and I want to focus on Asdrúbal today. So
yeah.
Okay, well, it's good to know. So it's complete, but it's complete maybe for the entry-level student who needs to see, okay, here's how you cast the chart. Here are the factors of interpretation.
Yeah. This manual is like, it's really good. It's really complete because it starts with the geography, with the places, meridians, and then they start to talk about elements, signs, planets, aspects. So it's like, I don't know, it's like 400 pages maybe.
Oh my gosh. And it's all in Spanish.
Yeah, it's only Spanish.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
it. Oh, I love
yeah,
learning
yeah,
about books that haven't gotten their way into English yet. And maybe it is, but I mean, also, just how would someone who's in the Spanish speaking world learn about astrology first? It's not going to be what we think of when we have our English speaking books.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
And then, well, Tetrabiblos and the classic ones. But the first one in Spanish, it was Modern Manual by Eloy Dumon.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to send you to a deserted island and you can take an ephemeris and 3 books. What books are you taking?
Well, Tetrabiblos, Ptolemy's, of course, and the Sun Apollo's Chariot by Liz Greene, because I'm a humanistic psychology, a modern astrologer, and also I like karmic. And the third one would be the Astrology of Personality by Dane Rudhyar. He's the father of the modern astrology, so he's one of my heroes.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, let's jump into Ptolemy. So when you first read Ptolemy, I'm assuming you did read it first in Spanish, a Spanish translation of Ptolemy.
Yeah, Spanish translation, of course. Yeah. So when I got a little older and started like studying seriously astrology, one of these first texts, besides Modern Manual of Eloy Dumon, was the Tetrabiblos by Ptolemy. So, and it was like, wow, it felt like entering an ancient, I don't know, temple or era. Is like 2 BC. So it's really structured, logical, and honestly, a bit dry for me. But it was brilliant. It is brilliant. I'm still, when I'm teaching, I use it. So, and it taught me that astrology isn't just mystery and meaning, because I love symbols and, well, we talk about the board game, but it also has like craft, structure, tradition, and there are rules, mechanics, systems, and that doesn't take away the magic, of course. It's like this geometry, and to be an astrologer at that times, you need to know everything: math, science, physics. It's not just a software.
Right. Cosmology.
Cosmology, yeah, philosophy. So what blew my mind was that how Ptolemy explained the planetary influence without superstition. So he was talking about patterns, not predictions. That shifted like something for me. It made astrology feel not just like a poetry or poetic, but also intelligent. It's like systems and patterns. And I'm Aquarius with Pisces rising, so I like the signs with the mystical things. I love like magic and science as well. So it also gave me I think, the respect for the architecture behind what we practice. I think sometimes we forget that what we do rests on thousands of years of careful thought.
Yeah. And also to see the way that, when you have the rules to jump off from, then the symbols speak more clearly.
Yeah. If you know astronomy, you can understand where the symbols come from, because that was the beginning.
Yeah.
And of course, it is a lot of superstition, and it's like we are in 2025, so it's not the same.
When you were reading how Ptolemy discusses the qualities of the zodiac signs, was there a sort of scratch on the record of like, wait, I'm coming at this from the southern hemisphere, Ptolemy. Like, that's not, why are you tying it to the weather? Like, how did you process that moment of the text?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that's really dry sometimes. You know, it's like, well, I'm from the southern end. Well, this is from the northern point of view, right? So, well, and it works.
Yeah. So let's move on to your second book.
Apollo's Chariot by Liz Greene. I love Liz Greene because she's such my a line of thinking and my style, because I love I'm I'm also an ontological coach, so I do coaching to people and groups and executives. So this line of I'm like a psychology wannabe. It's I like that And so when I found Liz Greene, her book Apollo's Chariot was completely for me like how I saw the sun in astrology. Because before that, I used to think that the sun is the ego, identity, which is, but personality stuff, what is the sun? But Green showed me that it was something way deeper. The sun is your personal myth, your quest, the fire you're meant to carry. So it's like when the sun makes the journey, it's like the chariot of the soul. So I found that amazing, because the sun makes all day by day the journey. It's not the same with the moon. With the moon is faster, but the sun is like and in the myth, Apollo's chariot, so it's taking the sun every day through the sky, So when she connected Greek myth and Jungian psychology in a way that made the chart like feel like completely alive. So the sun wasn't just where you shine, which is, again, it was the hero in you, So you have this journey with the hero inside trying to wake up,
Yeah. Wow. How would she treat in that text then sons that have challenges to their essential dignity, like an Aquarius sun or a Libra sun?
Well, it's just like it's the journey of an Aquarius or Libra or Gemini or Air sign just to discover who you truly are with the sign. So to be independent, free, or to just, in the case of Libra, to be like bridge with people, or to be in the Gemini to be like versatile or to make connections. So that part of you that wants to become who you truly are.
Wow. I have not heard of this book by Liz yet. Is this a newer one that she's released? I know that she was publishing a lot of newer texts these days.
Yeah, I think the last one is the Jung and the astrology, something like that, is the newest. I haven't read it yet,
Okay.
and it seems it's amazing. But this Apollo's Chariot, I think it's quite not old, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, after that, every solar placement I looked at became a story, a journey. And in some weird way, it's like it echoed like the board game from my childhood. It's like something radiant and ancient was always trying to come through.
Yeah. And also when you say quest, I'm like, ooh, the chart as a quest map.
As a quest map, yeah, it's like just an adventure, it's a journey, but for everyone, it's different. It's unique. In my case, I'm Sun Aquarius in the 12, so it's been quite interesting, the journey. I think astrology is the most, besides therapy, coaching, reading books, I think astrology for me is the best way that I can just know myself. It describes me like really, really accurate.
An accurate map. Yeah. When you're talking about Liz's sun book in this way, your characterization of how she's showing you this mythological or this story that one can live out and join when they're on that team, right? If that's like a thing. And then your third author, right? When Dane Rudhyar comes in and said the sun is also a star, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. We talk about fixed star astrology and all the star myths if you have this or that star configured to your chart. And it's like, how can you ignore the one that's right in front of you?
Yeah. That's amazing. Wow.
That's what I was drawing out of how you shaped that. Like, it's like we do fixed star astrology, like it's right there.
It's right there.
The ultimate fixed star astrology is astrology. Just with that
Yeah.
idea of the solar principle and how, do we know, like, we have these constellations of other stars and we don't know what constellation our sun is in because we're right next to it.
Yeah, that's right.
So how do we build out? Does the zodiac then account for how the star can engage with the stories of the sky? Like, does it have to be subsumed to the stories of the other fixed stars and not have its own place? I feel like there's a lot to unpack with that, possibly.
Wow. That's wow, that's really deep, Jen. That's amazing.
We'll be talking about that while you're on the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild how a book can hold up like a mirror, you know?
Especially Liz.
Yeah, for me, because it's the sun, and the sun it's like a spaceship. You know, it's like a spaceship. So that's my it's like, but it's spaceship versus chariot.
That'll be the one you write when you translate it into Spanish with a little tinge of your own praxis, right? You'll say, okay, the sun is a spaceship. The sun is also a star.
Spaceship, yeah. So a sun in Aquarius in the 12th, you know, it's like, well, it's just like spaceships. And for me, that kind of concept is, oh my God, now I understand.
Well, it actually makes me sad for the sun. Like, everybody else gets a constellation and our sun is just out there by itself being the center of attention, but it doesn't have its own story, but it feels like Liz might be the one who helps guide us to, like, what is the sun's story?
Yeah, because it's not in the myth, it's not the same, because the sun is because this is the chariot, you know, this is the spaceship. So it's not the sun itself. That's the interesting part, because Apollo's taking the sun every day. So that symbol for me is like we create our identity day by day, minute by minute, second by second. It's just watching the sun, the ecliptic. So that's why it blew my mind. And that's why I'm for sure taking it to the desert. Or the island, island of desert, yeah.
I want to go, deserted island, desert. It's all good. I want to take it now too.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow, this is I want to see like what else.
And it is in English, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Apollo's Chariot by Liz Greene.
Has Liz Greene been translated into Spanish? Can I go to a bookshop?
Yeah. Yeah, because she is translated to. Yeah. I have a lot of books from her.
That's so fun.
In the editorial Uranus in Spanish. Yeah.
So cool. I just love that idea of this linguistic transfer. Really gets me excited. Imagine stepping into a room of 5,000 astrology books, turning a corner and stepping into a room of 2,000 more. The Celestial Arts Education Library is every astrologer's dream, and it can be yours. I invite you to come support CAELi before you can visit physically. Your support will mean the creation of 52 new episodes of Within Orb next year, 4 issues of the CAELi Review, our inaugural journal, and countless book talks, events, classes for our community. Visit our website, www.caeli.institute/support, to select your level of care. Please help support CAELi into the future, our future, so that we may study the future together. Thank you for listening. Please enjoy the rest of the show. So, Dane Rudhyar, did you read him in Spanish or English first?
I can't remember right now because I read in Spanish and English all the time.
Yeah.
I think it was in Spanish, but I have a lot of his books in English.
So you're taking Astrology of Personality.
Astrology of Personality, and then came Rudhyar to my life. His work is like blew the walls of my astrology, because reading the Astrology of Personality was like walking into a Tetrabiblos was like a temple. This was like a cathedral for me, you know, because all the ideas, and he showed me that astrology isn't just about the traits on prediction. Again, it's about the rhythms, the cycles. I love this moon cycles, that technique, ciclo sol luna.
The lunation cycle, yeah.
The lunation cycles. If vibrations is wholeness, is mandala. You know, it's like the centripetal in the what's the word?
Centripetal?
Centripetal and
centrifugal?
Centrifugal.
Now we're doing physics.
Yeah, it's the center. It's like the downtown of a city, because the downtown of the city, you just create the whole city. It's the wholeness, you know. He made me feel like the birth chart was like, I don't know, like music, not a list of parts or just it's like a symphony, you know.
Yeah. Well, he was a composer, so that's a really cool
Yeah.
thread line in there. And also, this was before computing had been dominant in astrology.
Yeah.
It was just getting there.
His writing sometimes for me is like thick, sometimes, yeah, but it's so rich. It taints me. It's like wow. It was really really amazing about because I'm really curious always all the time like how our personality shapes. And if it is the context, if not the context, if it is karma, if it is not karma, if it is the planets, if it's not the planets, if it's my father, my mom, and my country, my language.
Yeah. Thinking about, when you said in the image of the whole and then relating it to a city, thinking of the chart like a city, then my mind leaps out to like remediation of like, oh, you got to fix that neighborhood. That's like something where like it's not magic, it's just construction over there, renovation.
Yeah. And I'm thinking if it is a city, the parts where we have planets. So maybe I have planets in the monastery at the 12 and also at the casino or disco because I have moon Jupiter in the fifth.
I like your fifth house. I'm going to go there.
So sometimes I'm going to retreat and sometimes I'm getting crazy. Yeah.
I want to go around the whole wheel now. Like the house is according to Asdrúbal. Wow. I love that. Okay. So, this is just really beautiful. This vision of the way the cycles, like I feel like we're also cycling through various metaphors for what the chart is and really unpacking a lot of poetic imaginations of this map that's not just a map.
Exactly. And how it reveals with the years, how it's going to evolve or not. It depends but how we discover like this spiral and expansive, so it's cycle and we are not the same, but at the same time we have our essence. And he wrote something that stuck with me and it's like astrology is not meant to describe what we are, but what we may become. It's like June said, all the potential is in a seed. The challenge is to make them grow. So all the potential is in the chart. So the challenge is to live and to
Yeah. Use
water that.
Water it, right? Absolutely. And then from that metaphor, you get then a little answer to the big time twins question, which is, well, if this chart has similar chart factors as that chart, but they're resourced differently, and one person had a lot of, resources or fostering or somehow like care, and the other chart did not get that same exact leg up, then you see why they perhaps express those symbols differently, because it's not just a matter of it being in the chart, it's also what you do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And also then Rudhyar said like there are no bad houses. So what I like the most is like this, it's like a mix from the tradition to the modern. It's not like everything is, I don't know, unicorns and rainbows and utopia. No, no, no. There are things that are bad and that exist, but I really like the perspective that we need, that we can use our free will and just make things better,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an Aquarius.
Well, I mean, and if he's got that cyclical, there's no bad part of a cycle per se, right? There's an up and a down.
Yeah.
You can attach a moral thing to that up and down depending on how you feel about up or down, but it's like kind of a little bit more like it happens this way and then this way and then this way and then this way and then it starts over again.
Exactly.
So you can change how you feel about that material, or also understand like, oh, this is part of that process. Because like even with the hero's journey, there has to be a moment of getting lost. There has to be a challenge. There has to be an end level boss battle kind of thing, And if you don't have that, you don't have the hero.
Yeah. And the hero's journey is, we have all movies, our lives, everything has this kind of archetypal pattern, It's like, so we need the proof, we need sometimes to be in the chaos, to be lost, to be inside of the whale.
Yeah.
like Pinocchio.
Yeah.
That's
And
part of
without
the
that, you don't get to have the development happen because there's nothing you're overcoming in a way.
yeah.
Like, that's what I loved about, I mean, just to bring in someone else, but it's kind of related here because he was another proponent of the there's nothing bad in the chart. Noel Till is the only astrologer who pointed out how lazy grand trines can be. Like, he really emphasized how, if everything's fine and you don't have a challenge, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like lazy.
Like, okay, you're just self-sufficient,
Yeah.
hanging out there, bobbling out by yourself, like doing that. And so it was ironic, I think, a moment of maybe a blind spot for him to be like, there's nothing bad, no malefics or anything. By the way, grand trines are lazy.
Yeah. I agree completely. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And for me it's like chaos and order.
Yeah.
It's like Virgo Pisces axis. We need the chaos to order and the order to be chaos, So when everything is like okay, there's something comes in. We need to fix it. And we fix it, it's like polarity.
Or we have sunrise and sunset every day.
Every day.
Literally every day.
Yeah.
You don't get a day without a sunrise or a sunset because otherwise it wouldn't be a day.
Yeah. And we're pursuing as a human beings, like everything is okay, the happiness and everything is okay. And I want to, why? It's not in nature.
The pursuit of happiness is not in nature.
No, not for me. I mean, I'm happy at moments.
Yeah.
At some moments I'm sad. At some moments I'm angry. At some moments I don't want to talk. And some moments I'm happy. So tropical astrology is like it's about that. It's about solstice and equinoxes. So it's winter, it's autumn, it's spring. It's not the
Yeah.
same.
There's a beautiful stoicism in what you just said in terms of just recognizing like this is true now, and now this is true, and now
Yeah,
this
and
is
I'm
true.
happy now.
And yeah.
Yeah, maybe after this chat, this conversation,
Oh, I hope we
I
don't leave you
receive
sad. No. That's not. I don't want to leave
I receive a phone call, I'm happier. It's like
okay, good.
but it's like this because it's cycle. That's why Rudhyar, for me, was like, and it's the journey.
Well, Dane Rudhyar did say something I think really important, and maybe it's not in Astrology of Personality, but it is in the lunation cycle where he talks about the balsamic phase, and we know this in some ways. I don't know how you say it in Spanish, but the dark moon. How do you say that? That's part of the cycle, the balsamic.
Balsámica, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Balsámica.
So in that moment, you can think of like, oh no, I'm ending a cycle. I'm sad. I'm grieving. I'm feeling this kind of like, perhaps boredom often comes with that part of that cycle for the secondary progressed experience, at least. And Rudhyar says this beautiful thing about dissemination. And you just said this seed has all the information. And I just putting those two things together, like what a wonderful reframe of something that can be thought of as this ending or this dark time when you think about like that. He brings in this developmental metaphor of the plant creating the seed and sort of packing up for the next go around, saying, okay, I'm going to stick all the information now in the seed of the fruit and here you go. I'm going to give it away. That's the letting go part, maybe the grieving part or the sort of expiration of that version of the plant, but it's all still there in the next seed.
Yeah,
And that to me
that's
is this
beautiful.
positive element to it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That perspective, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I see that.
It's less cycles and the planet is still orbiting, translating, and the planets and it's an illusion. Oh, I feel stuck. No. That's an illusion. That's for me. That's now. It's ridiculous.
I
It's
love
not.
it. I love it. Okay, so speaking of seeds, let's say the next generation comes up to you, and I know you have a school as well, and you're very involved with astrological education. So I have really high hopes for the answer to this question from you. And the student says, I want to learn astrology. Where do I start? What books do you tell them to read?
Well, I think that Eloy Dumon, that the Manual of Modern Astrology, it's a good one because of the rigorous of the information, and it's a good for introduction. But we have here a book. It's in Spanish, and it's a Chilean astrologer. He is Gonzalo Perez. He has this book that the name is The Cosmic Mirror. So it's like a poetry of every single sign. And it's not translated to English, but
yet. But so what is the Spanish title?
El Espejo Cósmico. The Cosmic Mirror, Gonzalo Perez. It's pure poetry, just with the 12 signs. It's amazing. It's beautiful. That's the first book that I say to my students that, okay, you need to read this first, then you can go to the modern manual of Eloy Dumon.
Fall in love with astrology, now do math.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror and then do math. But there's poetry with the logarithms. When you're learning how to create a chart by hand, there is actually this beautiful way of, you're immersed in this measuring of time, to get to your specific location and your latitude and longitude. And it becomes this looking back on the surface of the earth and sort of immersing yourself in that kind of, it's very physical and scientific, but very poetic too.
Yeah. So it's your birth.
Yeah.
It's the time when you come to this world, it's like this exact moment when you have your first breath.
It's kind of a cool forensics because you're working backwards from that to figure out, okay, now we're going to triangulate the position of the planets from the ephemeris and get to this revelatory cosmic mirror.
That's a miracle.
It is.
Yeah, that was the TikTok and the Instagram back then.
Right. No. Did you learn how to do charts by hand first before jumping into computing?
No. Actually, we teach in the school in the last module, in the last year, how to cast a natal chart by hand.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, at least we have the experience. If you don't want to do it again, okay, but you cannot be an astrologer and do not cast a manual, a birth chart at least once.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, but it was after the software and sometimes when babies are born from friends or family, I just made the in hand and as a gift.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
You don't do the math by hand though, do you?
No. I have
you
tables.
Just read okay.
Yeah. I have tables, the logarithms, and the table. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Very cool. Okay, so what are you working on now?
Now, well, I'm the vice president of my school here in Chile, and I'm a teacher as well. And we teach the astrology career is the 3 years. So we have students from Mexico, Spanish speaking from States, Spain, Chile, of course, Panama, Colombia. We are online.
And what's the name of your school?
Centro Astrológico de Chile.
Wonderful.
So it's CACH, CACH, Centro Astrológico de Chile. And I'm the vice president of ISAR and the affiliated school director. And I envision to have this network of community with many countries and up level the astrology education. And we are working hard for that. Yeah.
Very awesome. Okay. And people can find you?
You can find me at IG, which is Asdru, ASDREU, and _. And my email is asdrubal, and maybe this is difficult, asdrubal.moreno.f @gmail.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking time to speak with me and share your heart and your astrology and your poetry and your radiance and your rigor and all of the wonderful things. It's an honor to be in conversation with you.
Thank you, Jen. It's an honor for me. Thank you for having me here.
Thanks for listening to Within Orb. If you loved this episode, share it with your friends, give it 5 stars, leave a comment. In Spotify, you can do that now. To learn more about the CAELi Institute and perhaps become a member or take a lab that we teach, please go to CAELI.institute. That's CAELi.institute. Thanks again to the eBlock Band for providing our intro and outro music, and also to Jen Brown of JJ Boots Productions for being an excellent producer. If you would like to have a podcast be edited like Within Orb, reach out to Jen. This is Jenn Zahrt, signing off for now. See you next week.